Word. Okay, great. I'm going to put this. Okay, so I have mine on speaker view, but for some reason. Okay, I'll say it again. Hi, this is Vicki with Singles Travel International. Thank you for joining me for the meet and greet for our wonderful Holy Lands Singles Cruise. The very first thing I want to go over, let me just say, I'll go over some things about the final vacation details, of course, about the COVID protocols, and what's expected, and the first day where we're going to meet. If you all have questions, you can interrupt me during if you want. You can, just raise your hand, whatever you want. Just say, hey, Vicki, I have a question, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I want to make sure everyone feels okay with what we're doing and that you have all the necessary information. So the very first thing, I'm going to share my screen with you. Is just to talk about the final vacation details. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. Wonderful. So you should have received what we call the final vacation details or your travel documents. Has everyone received that in an email? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did someone say no? Okay, everyone's gotten it. Again, the place, if you misplace your email, the place you can find this is on the Holy Lands trip page here under your travel documents. Okay. So I have that open already right now. So I am going to just go through these things just to make sure you've seen them and to see if you have any questions. And there has been one change that I just found out about. So the first thing, this is for your vacation. You need your passport, of course, valid for 6 months after your date of return. You need a travel insurance certificate. Past trip I did, no one asked for it, but we'll see. You need to have it. Your original COVID-19 vaccination card. You will need.
Vicki?
Yes.
What is travel insurance certificate?
Okay, so travel insurance for this trip is mandatory. So it's just the proof that you have insurance. It could be just your policy number, something to show, like I know I have a travel guard policy. All I bring with me is a screenshot of the first page of my policy.
I mean, this is the first I've heard of this.
Okay. It's on our frequently asked questions, and it should have been in some material when you signed up for the cruise.
I signed up directly with Tammy. She didn't mention it.
She didn't? Okay.
We can still get it though, right? It's not too late.
You can still get it. Yeah.
I said I get mine. I haven't got mine.
I don't have it yet either.
Okay.
So Travel Guard, is that the one that STI offers or no?
That's the one that we recommend. Yes. And
who's that?
Within 3 days of you making your reservation, you should have received an email with a link, but what I will do is, it's hard for me when I'm recording on this on my screen, it's hard for me to go into the chat. I will send an email to you all with the link to Travel Guard. Another place, let me just show you. If you go to the trip page in the frequently asked questions, there's a thing about insurance. Oh, it says it's not mandatory. Okay.
Well, if it's not mandatory, then.
Yeah, however, I thought for Royal Caribbean that it was. Let me check.
I don't think it's Royal Caribbean that cares.
Okay.
I think that came up in the chat once too, and somebody pointed out that this is actually an error. on the web page.
Yes,
where it
someone
says
did.
it's not
I couldn't
mandatory.
remember if it was this trip or the next trip.
Yeah, no, it did come up in the chat.
In this
on,
trip.
On
I
this,
think it was my
It was-
friend Paula. I think Paula put it on the chat.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm doing the coastal Mediterranean cruise too, and I couldn't remember which chat. Okay, if we have it, so maybe it's STI, sorry about that. It said it's not mandatory, so disregard that, even though.
I would still
I
like
think
the
you better
link though,
double check your-
Vicki.
Okay, so I'll send out, let me show you this, Bobby, too. In here, in the frequently asked questions, there's the one about travelers insurance. If you click on this link, it brings you directly to Travel Guard.
Okay. Yeah,
But
because my health insurance isn't good when I leave the state, so I definitely need something for myself.
yeah, I
personally.
mean, we also definitely, if the cruise line doesn't mandate it, I know Star Clippers did, that's why I had it, sorry. But it's very good to have, especially during these times. Mark, yes.
From firsthand experience,
Yeah, oh, yes.
travel insurance saved me $7,000 because on the French Polynesia cruise, I tested positive for COVID the day before we came home. Got stuck in French Polynesia for a week. And if I didn't have travel insurance, it would have been all out of pocket.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be stuck though.
I
French
know,
Polynesia.
I was gonna say, but
Yeah, well,
but $7,000, that would have been another, oh my gosh.
it's a pretty jail, but it's still a jail.
Okay, so you need your original COVID-19 vaccination card. I definitely recommend making copies of that, the front and back of your card, as well as the front and back of your passport. I have several copies of each, and I stick them in each one of my suitcases, in my purse, just in case. We will need you'll need, okay, to board the cruise, COVID-19 test. We'll talk about that. This EU digital passport, we do not need that anymore. That is the change. Italy, you see here, Italy has lifted the PLF requirement as of May 1st. I went to do mine today and I pulled it up and Italy wasn't even on there, and I did some more searching. So no more PLF. So that's a good thing.
Vicki,
Yes,
this
Gary.
is my copy of my California government COVID-19 record, and you see all the list of everything there. Is that adequate? Is that all I need?
No, you have your CDC card.
No. The state of California, every time you do them, they log them into the state, and this is the printout from the state.
Yeah,
The
you should still
cards,
have a card.
I don't know where the cards are. No.
You've never gotten a CDC card.
Oh, I probably got one,
I mean, I'm from
a couple
California,
years ago.
where I have cards.
I have cards too.
And also you can download the UPC code,
QR code.
QR code, sorry.
Okay, do that.
This will not. You're saying this won't work, huh?
I don't. And I was reading here. I was on the health. Okay, hold on one. Okay, what I would recommend is, I read something that
This is my
yes,
card.
they want the CDC card.
Yeah, this one here.
So I need the CDC card. I don't know.
Yep, right here.
You should have been given that. That was before everything. That was the very first.
Yeah, but
Very first shot.
that's been 18 months ago, so I know I don't have that.
See if you can get that. There's another, no, I know California has the QR code. There, in Massachusetts, we don't, but there is something I found out about called V-Safe. Hold on one second. I have it in my important photos.
Yeah.
This is something else. When I was going to Egypt last month, the people at the airport, okay. Where is my chat? I can't, oh, here it is. Okay. Can everyone see your chat? If I type, it is V as in victory, safe, .cdc.gov. Okay. That is a place you can register your vaccines, and then they give you a QR code. So I was actually able to use that because to go to Egypt, you needed to have a COVID-19 test that gave you a QR code with it. And mine didn't have the QR code. And so thank God the person at the airport told me that there is this, and it's a way to get even my booster, because I had gotten my first 2 from Massachusetts and my booster in Arizona. And so anyways, it was a way for me to consolidate the 3 of them and have them in one QR code. So that's another thing. But Gary, yes, I would not rely upon that piece of paper. Italy is going to want, and when you go to the airport, even in the United States, they ask for the CDC card. So
I've used this to travel in the US before. It works here in the US.
yeah, but internationally is it's a whole different thing.
I got it. Well, that's why I'm asking the question. You're mentioning the test. On the test, I've got a couple of tests from CVS Pharmacy. Can I take them with me to use to test it whenever someone needs one? And I just ordered 4 more from the federal government. I guess it's going to be delivered shortly.
You can bring whatever you want with you, whether or not it will suffice, to board the cruise. So let me just go through this first, because there are 2 different things. There's
Okay.
what you need to go to Italy. Now, oh wait, you're all vaccinated. So the only thing is, if your last vaccine, which is I think the same for the cruise line, has to have been done within the latest 270 days. So is everyone good there? So that's 9 months ago. Okay, so
But I have the booster.
Bobby, is yours?
Well, I thought that it said it had to be done 2 weeks before. I just got my second booster on Thursday, so I will be 2 weeks after.
No, you're perfect. It couldn't be within. So for instance, you're fine. If you got,
I know, it was just puzzling because I thought it was, you had to get it 2 weeks before the cruise. So
no,
That's for an actual vaccine.
sooner than that. It means the 2 weeks would have had to have elapsed.
Correct.
Yes, in order to show that it's taken
Fully
effect
vaccinated.
within your body. But as long as you've had 2, the full, Italy will accept without needing a COVID test to enter Italy. This is for Italy now. So as long as your last test was no more than 9 months ago, your second, you're fine. Yeah.
Yes, I am. I'm
And
fine.
if you've had the booster, it's unlimited. They'll allow, even if your booster was a year ago, you're still good. So it sounds like all of us do not need a COVID test to enter Italy. We will need it to get on the cruise ship. Okay, and that can be just a rapid test done within 1 day. So we'll have to get it done on the 24th. We do see that Royal Caribbean allows those certain eMed test kits.
Can I talk about those?
Okay, so if you can bring that with you, that one, if you have, we know, I
Hey,
think
Vicki?
it's, yes.
I just comment that the test that is allowed to go on the ship is called the eMed test, which
eMed,
is
yeah,
different.
it's
So-
right here. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, the email is where you actually,
You have to
call
go
in on it.
online.
You have to go online. So if he's got the free test from the government, they are not EMED tests.
No,
Oh, they're
that's
not?
good for if you just want to see if you're having symptoms and you want to be safe just for yourself. In order to board the ship, you need to have a certified one where you take the test, via an online portal. And I think one is called, isn't it Binax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, so you can do that. You can purchase those. We can do that if anyone wants at the port. They're doing it, I think. Yeah, see, Mark is holding one up.
Can't see it.
I can't see it.
Nope.
Let me see if I can bring a picture up. EMED.
Now,
I don't see Mark. It looks like he's hiding.
Yeah,
He needs to talk so he shows.
Yeah.
try- Can you see it now?
do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
This Binax now is definitely one that is accepted.
But be careful, there's two versions of those. There's one that's EMED and one non-EMED.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we want the one
You want the
that.
EMED.
Yeah, so the
EMED
Navica,
Binax.
the Navica thing is part of the EMED.
Yes.
Do you see this? It says
Oh,
EMED.
Yeah, the problem is they sell them in so many different boxes. As long as it's the AG card and not the one that just says Binax now.
Okay, COVID-19 AG. Another thing is there is a pharmacy right around the corner from our hotel. I have emailed them about trying to get, our hotel told me that you don't even need a reservation, but I am trying to make one for everyone, even if you don't do it, even if you bring your own, or I'm making us a reservation. So everyone except one person is arriving on the 23rd. So everyone arriving on the 23rd has the Coliseum tour in the morning of the 24th. So I was trying to schedule, I'll just put this out there, the test for the tour is from 10:30 to 1:30. I was trying to schedule the test around 2:30 or 3. Again, I've been told you can walk in, but I'm not going to leave anything up to chance. And if I don't,
Right. What if they're out or something?
especially in Italy, I know how things sometimes go. In Vivian. So if I don't hear back from the pharmacy, I will contact, don't worry, I'm going to have a reservation for us at somewhere close to our hotel for the 24th.
So Vicki, will that one then, we'll go to the pharmacy and they'll give us a confirmation right there?
Mhm.
Is that what
Like
that means?
Walgreens?
Yep,
Okay,
yep, and you get a QR code with it. The times I've had it done, they print it out right there for you.
okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm the one who's coming in on the 24th. I'm not
Oh.
coming on the 23rd.
Okay,
But I do want to get the test there because I just think it'll be easier in some ways.
okay, so you're coming on the 24th. So,
Right, but I arrive early in the morning,
Okay.
9:05.
okay,
So I'll
perfect.
be at the hotel around 10:30 or 11.
Okay,
Vicki,
great. So
I'm
that,
coming in on the 22nd.
oh, okay. Okay, so you're there.
And we're coming on the 22nd too. We're flying out on the 21st.
Okay. Okay, so okay, I won't even get into all that.
I'm staying at the same hotel.
Okay, the
Yeah, we are
Moderna.
too.
Okay,
Paula Stafford and myself.
okay. I come in the 23rd. I think I arrive around noon. And Joanne, the day that the group goes to the Coliseum, I will take them there and get them to their guide, and then I'll be back at the hotel. So I'll make sure that I connect with you to let you know what time the test is and everything.
Yeah, okay, or send me a text because you should have my cell phone number, right? My mobile.
I will, yes.
Yeah, but I should get to the hotel around 10:30 or 11, so that'll be plenty of time if you're going to do it around 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah, it'll be after the group comes back. Yeah, okay, excellent. So, so again, we don't need the PLF. We have our fit and willing to travel commitment. So at least.
What is that? What is the fit and willing commitment? What is that?
Is, if I click on that, it's something for Singles Travel International. It's just
Okay.
saying, let's see if this, that you, I have to go through all this. It's a form that, oh no, hold on, let me go back to this. It is basically Singles Travel International. It's like a waiver that you signed saying that, you know, whatever COVID protocols are in place on the cruise, in the hotels, wherever we are, that you will agree to abiding by the rules of where we are. Just, you know, to keep everyone safe. But another thing that Italy has lifted the PLF. It has also lifted the mask mandate in hotels, in museums and things like, well, maybe not in museums, but wait one second.
No, I don't think museums, you still have to wear them.
In hotels, yeah, let me just say, you don't need the green pass anymore for museums.
No, but I think you need the mask.
Yeah, you need mask, but not.
Sorry, what's the green pass?
Don't worry about a green pass. That's something that was Italy only. It was the equivalent of a PR code for your COVID. So we would have had to have shown our COVID vaccine to
Okay.
go into the Coliseum, even outdoor venues. I had to show it last summer to get into a archaeological park in Sicily. So don't worry about a green pass. We don't have to worry about that at all.
Vicki, is there more than one test we're likely taking beyond? We've got the one in Rome, but are there more tests?
Yes. So to go to Israel, the last thing that I've been told is that we would have 2 tests. Oh God, I should have read. Tammy had posted on the chat because Israel has a requirement, at least they did. So just expect that the cruise line will be administering more tests and to get into Israel for us to be able to.
Well, would it make sense for us to buy some of these Binax now? COVID-19
No. The cruise line is going to handle that. For Israel, don't worry about that. And for the return test to come home, same thing.
So, okay, so I don't need to worry about buying tests and just.
Israel doesn't accept.
Yeah, leave it on.
And Gary, the only thing you'd want to use that one for is if you want to bring it to board the ship on the 25th, to embark on the 25th. Otherwise, you can come with us to the pharmacy, or otherwise you can take a test right at the port.
Is the cruise line charging us for the test to get into Israel and for the test to go back to the States?
So the test to go back to the States will be a charge. I don't know how much that is right now. The test for Israel should not be a charge because it's part of their cruise itinerary.
So will they make you take the test to get off the ship? Because I don't need one to get back into Canada.
No.
Oh, you lucky girl.
It's only if you need one that I will sign those people up who need the test to go back to the United States. So don't worry about anything like that. And during the cruise, when I'm with you, anytime we're going to have a test or anything, I will definitely let you know. I will take care of too the timing of everything, unless the cruise line says this is when you all have to come. But to go to Israel, those will be taken care of by the cruise line. Okay.
So when I think Tammy put that up on the chat and said that we would require a PCR test to get into Israel. But just on the weekend, I read on the internet that Israel was changing their rules again. Did you hear anything about that?
You know, I haven't researched it, but I wouldn't doubt it because, like I said, just on May 1st, Italy did, on May 1st, Greece did. So a lot of countries are changing their protocols For instance, some things in Italy are changing again, like what's in place now is only in place until May 31st. So things may even open up more. So I'll let you know, when we're on the cruise, if, it'd be a great thing if we don't need to have 2 tests to get into Israel, but the cruise line will let us know. I don't want to give you false information now because I didn't research that. I only researched for tonight's meeting about what we need to get on the cruise ship and to get into Italy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here. Okay, does anyone else? So don't worry about if you accidentally go to the PLF and you've forgotten that we don't need it anymore. You'll find that the only 3 countries that are on the European, when you click on that, are Malta, Slovenia, and France. So no more PLF, even though it's in here. Royal Caribbean, have you all signed into your Royal Caribbean account?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
Yes.
Excellent. Here again, I'm gonna scroll down. Here we are at our thing, blah, blah, blah. Let me go down. Okay, the Modigliani, then. Okay, here I just want to show you all this. In the final vacation details, it seems, has everyone provided your flight information? I know this.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, if you.
How do we provide it?
That comes from service at Singles Travel International. It
It's
would have
part of
been,
your-
It's part of the Fit and Willing to Travel form.
okay.
Where is it? I apologize.
It would have been in an email that came in, from, if you search for an email, Bobby, from service at Singles Travel International.
it's part of that fit and
Or
willing.
just go on the
to
website.
travel.
Vicky, I have filled out all that stuff and I see they still don't have me.
Well, this hasn't been updated since,
Oh, okay.
Or Kimberly and our operations team puts this together. So if you've provided it and you don't see it on here, that's only because this form that's live has not been updated, but it doesn't mean it's not updated on the back end. Kim will hound you down or someone, we have a new saleswoman, her name is Catherine. She was supposed to have been calling everyone too, who still had not provided the flight details.
I've talked with her. She's very helpful. I liked her.
Okay, great. Oh, I'm glad. I'm
Mhm.
glad to hear that. Okay, so we'll go here and then, okay, the Modigliani is a really lovely family-owned hotel. It's in a great location right off of Via Veneto. It's close to many different things. So let me scroll down. On the 23rd, pretty much some of you will already be there. Some are arriving on the 23rd, and then Joanne comes on the 24th. So from 4 to 5 p.m., I will be set up in the lobby. It's a tiny little lobby, but you'll see me sitting there, and I will hand out your welcome packets and, give you, on this cruise, because the cruise lines have been reluctant to give me a schedule with any times on it, I'm going to be likely doing daily programs for us on this cruise, but I will hand out to you the schedule that I have for obviously for our pre-cruise days. So that's what you'll be getting at the hospitality desk, the welcome desk. Then at 6 o'clock, we'll have a meet and greet at the hotel bar. It's situated on the same floor as the reception, kind of behind reception. You won't miss it. And there's a lovely little outdoor garden area. Once we all gather, then we can maybe bring our drinks out to the garden. And then we'll go to dinner at a nearby restaurant. And the one thing I will say is that it's really important to have cash with you in euros, because when we go to a restaurant and we're all paying separately, it is just so difficult. I've had a lot of difficult situations, so it's really good to have euros on hand if you can. If not, use your credit card. It'll just take a little bit longer for us.
Will there be an ATM at the hotel for cash?
I don't remember at the hotel, but there are tons of banks right outside.
Okay.
There are like 4 ATMs that I know right outside, very nearby.
Is it best to get the money when you're there?
So I always recommend getting it from an ATM when you're there, unless you have a very good bank at home that doesn't charge high fees and commissions and everything like that. So I've talked to people on a lot of cruises now who say that their banks at home give them a wonderful exchange rate with no commission. If your bank does that, take a few hundred with you. And then I always rely upon ATMs.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure before you go, you let your bank know that you're traveling abroad, so they don't cut your card off and think that it's fraud. Because your ATM card especially. On the morning of the 23rd, we'll all have breakfast together. They have a lovely little breakfast room at the Modigliani. Then it says day at leisure. That's not correct, because you all have a 3-hour private guided tour of the Colosseum and the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. We will leave the hotel. So the tour starts at 10:30 a.m. We'll take taxis over. There's a taxi stand very close to our hotel, and we'll taxi over. I'll get you to the guide. I might stay with you for part of the tour, and then I'll go back to make sure. Well, Joanne, you're the only one arriving on the 24th, so
Yeah.
I'll
be okay.
That's all in
Because I will
walking
take a
distance.
cab. I'll be taking a cab from the airport to the hotel. So, either I'll stay at the hotel or I might put my luggage in the thing and go for a walk, because I looked and I saw that the Trevi Fountain is
very close. It's
and
very
I could
close.
walk down to there or something, because I've been to Rome before.
Okay.
So,
And also the Borghese Gardens and Villa Borghese, very, very close. Vivian, we could walk, but I would say whoever wants to walk can walk.
That's a really short walk,
To the Colosseum?
pretty much.
I think it's about a mile. Not that that's long, but I've always taxied over with my groups. I'm gonna say, if you want, we can decide that day, but we'll have to decide.
Oh, I probably won't go.
Oh,
I've seen the Coliseum my whole life.
Okay. So my plan was to taxi over whoever wants. If you want to walk over, you can walk over. We just have to allow for time. So the tour is about 10:30 to 1:30, and we'll make our way back to the hotel. And then, like I said, that's hopefully around 2 o'clock. I will have scheduled, or I'll give us enough time to get back, our COVID test at the pharmacy or at somewhere nearby our hotel. Same thing for that evening. Depending on Joanne, if I meet you before, if I meet you before 4 to 5, I'll just say I'll be at the lobby from 4 to 5. And then if we've all met at that point, we could do our happy hour. We could go somewhere else and go to a rooftop bar. We could convene at 6 at our hotel bar and then go somewhere more beautiful, maybe with the view. There are lots of places that we could go on the Via Veneto. And then again, another optional dinner. The next morning, the morning of the 25th, we'll meet for breakfast. And I have scheduled our pickup to depart around 11 a.m. to go to the ship. So I have a question about check-in. Did you all choose your check-in time?
Yeah, there
I
weren't
did.
very many options.
Okay.
I got the 1:30.
You talking about for the ship, you mean? Check-in time for the ship?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't think I've done it. I'll have to check in. Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
I did 1 to 1:30, which is what I think you had recommended.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what I think I got as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
That's what I
We
got.
should use a 1:30 check-in time?
Yeah. Try to get no earlier than 1.
There isn't anything earlier left anymore, at
Okay,
least when I checked in over the weekend.
okay. So yeah, Gary, if you go to Royal Caribbean and log in, and they'll take you through the check-in process, and they'll have you pick. I tried to get us a group embarkation time and they wouldn't give it. They wouldn't give it to us.
Okay.
So, you know, again, this is something new from COVID, but okay, that's perfect. So, so that's really it. Just remember, we have our theme nights. I will, let's see, tomorrow, I've already sent an email. I'm trying to find out if they're doing 70s or 80s to give you all a definite, you know, they said there will be one of those. They didn't let me know. I'm checking back in with them about a couple of other things. So if I find out which it'll be, I'll let you know. Otherwise, choose one of those. I don't know what night it will be. That's another thing I'm asking the cruise line, but I'll let you know when we're on the cruise if I don't find out beforehand. And then on the second night of our sailing is the captain's night. So that's just an opportunity to dress up. So we're calling it our formal night. You do not have to wear a gown or anything like that. I'll probably be in something like a, you know, cocktail attire. Not mandatory, just some things to have fun. As the former, you know, as people who have traveled with singles travel before, you know, theme nights are really big with us on our cruises, and it's something fun to do. So, and that's really about it. Let me just scroll down here. This is all about, yeah, this is all other things that aren't as important. These are the most important things that we need to know. Does anyone have any questions for me?
I have a question, but it might not be for the whole group. When I log on to my account,
Yeah,
it still says that I owe for my trip, which drives me crazy. 'Cause
okay.
I paid it in full.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, what I'll say is I don't have anything to do with the payment portion. I'm gonna take a note right now, Bobby, and let
So-
Kimberly know.
Vicki,
Yeah.
the reality is, if any change was made, like Bobby, you said you had cruise credits from STI.
Mhm.
Once they apply the cruise credit, then the payment online stuff just doesn't work.
Oh, so it's just always going to show that way because of the cruise credit,
I mean, I have cruises I've been on.
and they still
and
say you owe.
So I still say I owe money, and it drove me crazy for a while.
I know. I'm like, I paid. I want to go on this trip. I'm looking forward to it.
And I literally worked with Tammy's web developer to try to figure out what was going on. And the simple thing is,
Just
it's not worth the frustration.
well, that's good. I mean, I figure if I owed at this point, Royal Caribbean wouldn't let me check in. so I just think
Exactly,
check in.
Bobby. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you know that if money is really owed, someone would be coming after you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
At this point, Kim would have been calling you every other day.
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
Close. I'm getting so
Vicki-
excited.
Vicki, my question is regarding the tours on the cruise ship.
Yes.
Most of them are booked. And I've never been to Israel, and I'm anxious to get a tour of out of the two ports we're landing in. But I'm uncertain as to how to do that.
Okay, so let me ask the group, who has booked tours through Royal Caribbean, or actually through anywhere, for Israel?
Just one.
Okay,
I have,
let
I
me,
actually got onto the Galilee trip because I kept going on to Royal Caribbean like every day. And one day when I logged on, there was a couple available, so I grabbed one. That's how I got on.
That's
But
the
I
one
had
I
to
really
go
wanna
in
do.
every day.
I've been going on, not every day, because I'm not retired, so I have to get all my work done by the 20th. So I've been very, very busy. And actually after this call, I'll be going back to work. But because we're still working from home at the moment. But yeah, but every time I go on for Galilee, I have Nazareth, but I would prefer Galilee.
Oh, okay. So what I was going to do is I was going to look on a platform like Viator. And
Yeah, I did that too, and it seemed like for when our ship is in port, there was nothing. I couldn't find anything. So if you find something, it looked like the dates that we were in the ports on Viator and a whole bunch of other ones, they weren't available. So maybe other people from our cruise have already done that. I don't know.
Okay, so how about this? I'm going to search and not probably, I will add it to the chat, but I also want to make sure everyone sees it. So I may also send an email, a group email with everyone's email addresses blind copied, just so that I make sure people see it, because I know that's a place where it's probably on everyone's bucket list and you don't want to miss out on doing something. So,
Yes, yeah, that's good. So are you gonna get us, you're planning on arranging 2 tours in?
well, I'm
each year?
not, what I'm going to do is I won't arrange it. What I will do is send an email out saying, here are some things I've found, and let us kind of decide. You would have to sign up on your own through Viator, but for those who don't have any tours already purchased through Royal Caribbean, that would be a way for whoever's left to still be together to do what they want in Israel.
Okay, what I noticed, I think the ones tour organization that you'd referred me to, it seemed like their pricing was set for groups.
Viator, was it Viator?
Yeah.
I can't look it up right now because my screen is full, obviously, but
Did Catherine? Yeah, that was Catherine who told you. So
well, either you or Catherine had given me a reference to
it would have been probably Viator.
Yeah, and when I look at it, it seems like it keeps talking about group pricing, and I'm like, well, how, okay, well, I'm not a group, so then what?
Yeah.
It's like, it's, and the pricing's about 4x of what the cruise ship is
Right.
charging, so I'm thinking, okay.
Viator usually, it definitely offers, depending on the tour, individual pricing and group pricing. So it might be, again, like what Bobby was saying, that certain things are sold out. All the individual pricing is sold out. So let me do a little bit of legwork on this, and then I will send out, oh, Paula, hi, you're joining and it's ending. Oh, wait a sec, Paula, let me see. I'm gonna unmute you. You're on mute. So I will send out an email to everyone just with hopefully some options. I'm trying to get Paula unmuted. There we go. On what we can do in Israel. And it wouldn't be a group pricing type thing unless we had 5 people who said, yes, I want to do this. Then maybe group pricing would work, but I'll be looking for things that have individual signups.
Perfect. And then what about the Greek islands? What's the plan there? A lot of that stuff sold out too, but
Gosh.
any thoughts there?
Yeah, let me go and look. I mean, there are so many. That's why for this cruise and for the Royal Caribbeans, there are so many excursions being offered that to go through them all and to make recommendations, we decided as a company, as Singles Travel, that was just not the best use of our time. Is, unless there was like something definite. It's just,
Okay, so
it could take hours.
so if I'm hearing you correctly, we'll wait for guidance from
For
you on
Israel.
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 But we go ahead and initiate whatever we want to do on the Greek islands.
Yes, so if you and I can talk, like I can send you an email, like for Mykonos and Santorini to say, but it really is preferential. Like, do you want the beach that time of year? It should be very nice. So you and I will have a separate conversation, maybe about what you would want to do. Remember, in Crete, we have our signature experience, so that's already taken care of for everybody.
Now, are there 4 Greek islands we're hitting? Is it 4?
Yeah,
It
4.
is 4. Okay, got it. So we've got one of the 4 is done. The other 3 we've got to book something. Okay, got it. There seem to be more options in Greece than there were in Italy.
Or you don't have to, or you could get off in Mykonos and it's so nice.
Everything's right there, yeah, make it up.
Let me hear that again. So you think in the Greek islands, if I chose not to take a tour, just getting off the boat
I mean,
and exploring myself could be great?
so Gary, usually with singles travel, what the concierge will do, we do something called an independent meetup. So if people don't have anything planned, you get the group and they, choose or not choose to disembark together and go explore without a doubt.
Oh,
So
great.
I
Well,
have
pleased to
not
hear that.
signed up for any excursions. I do want to do something. I wanted to do something as a group with you all in Israel, but on this Viator, if I find something, I will likely go with those who do that. But in Mykonos and Santorini, I'll just be getting off the ship, and I'd be more than happy to take anybody who wants to come who doesn't. Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, I will post the website. I looked at Haifa is a port town, and Haifa has a lot of abilities to get on public transportation. There's shuttles, there's a train that go places out of Haifa. I just Googled those areas, and I did the same thing for Mykonos and Santorini. And it tells you what to do when you get off the boat, like where you can get a ferry. In Santorini, you get off in Fira, I guess. And then you can get a ferry that will take you over to Ia. And then you can get the bus to come. I mean, when I was in Santorini, we took the bus. There was a bus that went from Fira to Ia.
Yeah. We would just take a bus or a taxi. So we won't need to take any ferries because
unless you want to, because the ferries are fun.
Yeah, but we'll be tendering in Santorini. There, you can't take a ferry to Ia because Ia is so up high.
Well, once you get onto Fira, you can. Once you get it to Fira, once you take the tender to Fira, they said you can go over, and then you could take
chairlift.
There's a ferry that goes to Ia, according to what I read.
No,
I'll post the website.
I mean, if there is, that means you have to walk up, because from where the ship is up to Fira, it's either a donkey ride or a like chairlift.
No.
They have small cable cars that take you up.
But
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying when you get off the tender and you get into Fira, you're going to be on the ocean. You're going to be at the port.
Yeah.
And at that port, yes, you could take the cable up or the donkey, but you'll be in Fira. What I'm saying is they said you can just go over and grab the ferry at the port of Fira. There's a ferry that goes to Ia.
Okay.
And then
if there is a ferry, what I'm saying is then you have to walk up a mountain to get to Ia, because Ia is very up high. So there likely is a ferry. I don't know anyone who's ever done that. I've been to Santorini like 6 times now. I don't know anyone who's ever done that. Only because, Paula, it's the town is
okay. Well, I'll post the website that I looked at.
Okay.
It had a lot of port information on what to do when you got to the ports.
It's lovely. Just walk around Mykonos. We're there.
Yeah, Mykonos is right there.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
know. I've been to both of those places, so I do know. And I spent a few days there. So
I'm sorry.
Folks,
Vicki,
Yes.
just to reiterate, and the Greek Isles, obviously, you've got something planned in Crete, but the other three islands, what are you saying? Are you going to basically create some opportunities for us if we're not on tours?
So I always do, and what the concierges do is usually what we call an independent meetup. And that is in the morning of disembarkation. Whoever doesn't have something planned, we meet up and we disembark together. Now, you don't have to. Some people just want to go off on their own and be on their own. Fine.
Okay,
If you
but you'll have recommendations each
Oh,
day.
yes, definitely. And I'll be getting off the ship, and maybe, you know, depending on the weather, we could go to a nice beach, or just, it's so nice in town.
Okay, I'm not booking anything. I'm gonna hang
Yeah,
with
you
you.
don't
That
have
sounds
to
good.
book. I would
Okay.
say Mykonos and Santorini, unless you wanted to go to the like a winery on Santorini, they probably had something like that. Or there's that Akrotiri, the archaeological site. Those are places where it's just so wonderful to walk around, sit and have a glass of wine, overlooking the sea. It's just, you don't need to do anything if you didn't have something, you know, like, oh my God, when I'm
Okay, fabulous. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. I
I
don't,
would say in Israel, that's the place without a doubt. I mean,
okay.
have a
And
tour.
you're working on that for us. That's
Yes, so
that's
I will
awesome.
send
Thank you.
out what I find for those who don't have something. And I know Mark wanted to ask something.
So it's not asked. In Haifa,
Okay.
we're gonna be there on Saturday.
Oh, it's Sabbath.
It's on Shabbat, okay? The train does not run on Shabbat. Buses do. There will be taxis. There are some places that will not be open, and a lot of places are. I will check with some of my colleagues, because I work for a company that has a very, very large facility in Israel. I'm almost certain that they know somebody who at least knows somebody who is in the tour industry. If not, somebody has a significant other who's in the tour industry.
Oh my God, Mark, you just made me think. I have our contact from our Israel tour that we were going to be running.
Right. So if you can't find anything in Via Tours, it would be, check with your contact.